What's up, ladies and gents? So welcome to our Top Plays Teamwork Edition, episode number 3. This episode features a combination of plays from the World Championship as well as plays submitted by you guys. Our first play comes from a grand final match between SKT and Royal. At the beginning, Sona gets caught with a hook and Vayne springs into action, getting on Corki and knocking him away. Elise comes in with a cocoon to stun Thresh and then positions herself to block Corki's missiles, allowing a clean escape. Now we turn our focus to Corki as Vayne picks up tower aggro first, and she immediately barriers to absorb the first hit as Corki flashes. She tumbles through to follow Elise, taking one more hit before flashing out of tower range and swapping aggro to Elise, and then she comes in to scoop up the kill as Elise flashes out of range and she takes the final hit from the tower as they both escape into the jungle. As we head into our next play shortly, we keep in mind the essential teamwork that made this play by Royal turn into a clean 2-for-0 exchange. By covering for each other and taking turns with the tower, all three of them escape after the successful dive. In this next play, we see a similar scenario bottom lane as Elise emerges for the gank, and at the same time the enemy Blitz lands the hook on Nami. Thanks to the threat from Elise, the enemy bot lane tries to run, but Elise grabs the kill on Blitz as the tower dive begins. Elise takes the tower first as she falls through on the enemy Varus and finishes him off, but now she's in a whole lot of trouble as she repels into the air. Being completely alone, the end of her repel means death, but Tristana quickly realizes this and leaves no spider behind as she rocket jumps into range split seconds before the repel ends, taking aggro and allowing Elise to escape. Although she was forced to barrier, it's a small price to pay to get the spider out of a sticky situation, and in the end, everyone walks away happy just like Royal did in our last play. Our second set of plays start off with a semi-finals game between Fnatic and Royal, and getting right into the action, we see Uzi go down on Caitlyn, leaving Elise in a 1v2. Using Repel, she sticks to Leona, and right when it looks like she might get away, Venomous Bite plus a flash secure the kill and her escape. With Annie moving in quick, Varus turns around to deal with her, but she unleashes tons of damage, forcing him to barrier, but the damage is not quite enough until a max range cocoon from Elise chain stuns him, allowing Annie to get the kill. Although Elise was incredibly low after her getaway, she came back when it mattered and at the best possible time to enable her support to get a crucial kill in this game. After jumping out of range of Jarvan's auto attack thanks to some brilliant mechanics, Elise gets away, but this time for good. Synergy and trust are essential in any professional team, but now we're going to switch gears to a submitted play and take a look at how the same teamwork can shine through in a different scenario. Right from the start, we see Shen make his getaway through the jungle, but Zac won't be let off the hook that easy. Xin Zhao keeps the chase alive as he stays on Zac, bringing him lower and lower until finally he starts to close in on him for the final time, popping his passive. Just like Elise came in to help when it mattered the most, we look at Shen who got away earlier and healed up just to start teleporting back to Zac's glob, making it immune to damage. Zac revives and immediately they both CC whoever they can, allowing them time to kill Cho'Gath and for Shen to ult Zac as he gets hit by Crescent Sweep, making sure to keep him alive no matter what. After Shen got away, he immediately recalled back so that he could be there for his teammate when he needed help the most. Just like Elise came back to secure the kill for Annie, Shen didn't abandon Zac, and because of that, they pick up the turnaround double. And for a third set of plays, we start things off with a quarterfinal matchup between Gamania Bears and SK Telecom T1. The key thing we're looking at in this play is how SKT's frontline set up a perfect team fight for the rest of their team. Renekton works his way into the fight with his ultimate up as we see Tidal Wave follow many players on the enemy team and force Shyvana to split from them as Vi comes in with her Q on 2, straight into an ultimate on Varus as Piglet on Caitlyn sits safely in the back, hammering away at the enemy team. She picks up an easy kill on Varus and continues her rampage as she remains untouched and completely safe behind her tanks. While this was going on, Ahri and Nami dealt with the Shyvana who was forced away from her team. By having such a strong and offensive front line as well as splitting the enemy team's main tank away from the rest of her team, both of SKT's carries were free to rain havoc on the enemy team. Now that we've seen a teamfight executed by a world-class team, let's take a look at some similar teamwork shown in a teamfight at a much lower level of play. At the start, we see Twitch in trouble as Hecarim comes rushing in, but he flashes to safety. Blue team then switch their focus to Jarvan, and as he backs up, the carry's position for a teamfight. All of a sudden, the friendly Shen starts to ult in on Jarvan, and he turns with a huge EQ combo, and we freeze it. Shen just arrived and has 3 members of the enemy team taunted, holding them in place. Jarvan follows it up with a Cataclysm, locking in 4 players, which sets up the rest of his team. Leon is moving in fast, looking to use Solar Flare to further lock up players on the enemy team so that the Twitch way off in his own island can continue to safely spray and pray, while also allowing Ahri to come in as well. As we leave the Analyze mode, we go back into the play as Jarvan EQs and we see the rest unfold. The taunt into Cataclysm into Solar Flare as Twitch and Ahri unleash hell on the enemy team, resulting in a clean ace for Purple team. Just like SKT, this team's frontline and support set up both carries, allowing them to go ham without being contested. Whether you're in Bronze all the way to Challenger, teamwork isn't rating specific, and I hope that these plays submitted to us compared to plays from the world stage are enough for you to see that. Thanks everyone for watching, and don't forget to submit your teamwork plays for a chance to be featured in the next episode of our Top Plays Teamwork Edition.